Greetings and welcome into Ankh Plays. Thanks for joining me here in Dwarf Fortress, where we continue with episode number 97 of the Fortress of Zuntergembish, or Anvilseal, as it's more commonly known in the common parlance. We've got a lot of stuff going on. First and foremost, we've got gauntlets and some puzzle boxes that need to be created. First and foremost, the gauntlets have been not approved yet, so we do have that on the list. Let's make some rock toys here for Dabbles. And we are transmitting a whole bunch of items. Let's go ahead and see if Fath can get us through our trade that we need to do here. We're still kind of in a training session for our routine training session for our military. And at this point in time, we're basically just, we want to keep going with getting this stuff cleaned up. There's still quite a bit more traders coming in too, oddly enough. But we want to get our trade done. They're still unloading. And we need to continue digging now that things down in the cavern have calmed down a little bit from our last escapade there. We'll do some more building orders here, or digging orders here, just to kind of get things kicked off and make sure that the miners have something to do. You can leave that open. You can do that one. This is den. This says den done. We'll keep coming down here to take a look at things. There's part of me that wants to get rid of these camels. They're not really helping us very much, but let's get the golden axes on one of these. Confirm that. Here they go. The camels, no. Oh yeah, big. I don't understand that. Yak, bull, cow, horse. Obviously, there's stuff up here. How are they fighting, though? Because obviously, yeah, something's weird there. That doesn't make any sense. Let's have them go ahead and kill this other guy while you're here. Confirm. Yeah, beating the ever-living tar out of the poor camels, which is totally fine. Are there any more? There's one up there, but he hasn't wandered into the fortress yet, so we'll leave him be. And we should have a butcher shop that's close enough. Although maybe not. We're ready to trade, but the traders are not. Oh, he's ready to trade as soon as I said that. All right. We will take a quick visual inspection of the stuff that we are getting rid of, just so that we're not accidentally trading something that is what would be considered an artifact. I don't know how the mace got in there. How did that mace get in there? That's a very, very good question. I've got a whole bunch of figurines to trade them. This is not going to be that big of a trade by relative comparison to some of the other trades that we have done. But I think it will keep the mountain home happy with us. Or at least that's the hope. And by mountain home, I mean the rest of our great nation of the Tapered Irons. Anvilseal has constantly led the way there. Get rid of those trousers. And the bolt thrower parts. Yeah, we're looking at 14,831, so almost 15,000. Which is modest. It's nothing to write home about. That's for sure. We'll take that lignite. Kind of full up on instruments too. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 different types of instruments. I don't want the hammer. I made a cage out of, or words are hard today. They made a toy out of steel. It's a very expensive toy. I don't think the kids are going to get the value out of it, though. Nothing that strikes my fancy there. We're leaving picks all over the place. I'm not going to go ahead and get any more of those. This is an interesting set of goods that they've brought us today. I am going to get the socks just because I noted that we're really low on socks. Take that steel helm. I don't think we need hoods. We definitely don't need gauntlets. Spinach leaf dye. Try to get some interesting dye for them to use as they're making some of this. That should be good. How we already picked up $5,000 worth of stuff is a mystery to me. I guess I could see how that would work here. My goodness. All right. Cockatiel brain. Got some rather unique and exotic meats here. Rat spleen and kidney, a musk ox brain, boar liver, coyote intestine, we don't need any more yak stuff. We're not doing that. We'll get the rest of this stuff though, because it'll give us no yak meat. My gosh, bug bat brain, coyote intestines. Rathla. Gosh. Mosquito brain? I hope that's like a giant mosquito, because I don't know how you would do that otherwise. We'll take all your fish. We don't need... I don't think we need any plump helmets. Yeah, we'll just close that out. Capers, garlic. More capers. There's nothing that's really jumping out to me. I mean, like, we'll get these... we don't need the food, but what I'm liking about getting a variety is that we can make some pretty cool meals. So that's what's got me interested in this. This is only 2,800 trade profit. Wonderful, thanks for the business. Yeah, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. So we kicked off this trade, or this episode, with a... Well, it's a crummy trade, if I'm honest. It's not one that I would be particularly proud of. but you know, such that it is. I'm okay with that. They don't have to. They don't have to win every time they come here. It would be lovely if we could just lavish, um, you know, lavish them with riches every time they showed up at our gates. But you know, sometimes we've got to do what we've got to do. We got to take care of business. You know, the dwarves at Anvilseal are nothing but pragmatic in that regard. Okay, so what do we got going on here? This is going to get dug out. That one's going to get dug out. We're getting some golden barrels off of that. Not the kind that you throw at Mario. This is going to be just, you know, a slog, if you will. But the rest of this is going to go pretty quick. And the reason for that is that you can see there's not a lot open underneath, which is great because that means that we're going to have a pretty easy time of just digging out huge swaths of this, and just, you know, making sure that we handle this section and this section appropriately. Look at the aquamarine there. That's great. At the end of this month, it's the 21st of limestone, then we'll get a few workers back, about 30, because they're training right now. All of those guys are out there on the training grounds. They're sparring, as you can see from the notifications. So with the number of children that we have in this fortress at this time, it makes it really tough to be able to handle, like, you put 30 dwarves on training, on sparring, and you do kind of feel it. You do kind of feel it. Now, something that I'm really excited about. Look at this. We've got all of our dwarves, except for 3, in the happy column. And I'm betting that we know who those are. So we've got the Hammerlord, Lycott, Ral, who's a militia captain, and Ashmaker. She wants to make romance. Be with friends. What is your labor like? You're doing anything. You're meditating on wealth because you're worshiping the golden. She's got the training squad. Ooh. There's not a lot of people up there worshiping with you, dear. I'm sorry to say. Which is too bad. Look at all this stuff, you guys. Why aren't we picking that stuff up? I'd really like to know. Is there a random phyllite crown here? Oops. Well, such that it is, we've got a fairly functional fort that's happening here. One of the things that I am thinking about, and we had started on this, if we go down a few levels into what was going to be known as... Where was it? I'm trying to remember. So we had this project that we were going to take, and we were going to dig some of this out, and we were going to put some more living spaces into it. And I'm wondering if this was, yeah, I think this was going to be the ground floor of that. Which is why we walled all of this off. So the next step here, and I can't believe I'm going to do this, but the next step is to start carving, you know? We'll keep the miners busy. We're going to go at priority 5. And we're going to go at least out through here. And, you know, now that I'm thinking about this more, maybe we're just going to work on elevation 56 for a while. And we're going to put elevation 56 in a position to be a winner. Because we do need to start getting some more homes ready. And so, I mean, that's a huge chunk right there. But what we're going to do is this area is going to eventually be carved out completely. And it's going to be used for homes. That's the goal anyways. So, and when I say carved out, I mean carved out. Like, we're boring this entire thing out. And we're going to drill down several layers so that this becomes a viable... Oops. I want to put some, like, multi-story dwarven high-rises, you know? I think that would be fun. We're at the point in the playthrough where we don't have to worry too terribly much, although I do need to do some work on my automation for the textile industry. But we've basically wanting for nothing, you know? And because of that, we can really throw some luxury apartments down, you know? We'll leave at least one layer of soil there. But then we are going to do this. We've got our necromancer that's over there as well. So we have to be cognizant of that. Just double check here that we're not going to cut into anything. That'd be really horrible. And this is where we'll start. But we're going to dig this area down, right? So we're going to have some verticality to this. Obviously, these don't quite line up, so we'll probably expand this area out a little bit and then dig down. At least that's my plan right now. And, you know, then we'll just start fitting some high-rises in. And we're going to go all the way down here. We'll go around the temple. Yeah, I like that. Around the Hall of Remembrance, as it's called. And then we can put some, like, ramps on this, so it looks nice. But yeah, they'll be busy doing that for a while. We will not have any problems with miners saying they don't have enough work. That is for sure. Yeah, we're gonna do some channeling down here. And some channeling over here. And some channeling over here. And we're really close to being able to just kind of bust that area out. Let's do this. Yeah, this area is we're gonna have to be careful with. So things are looking good. Things are looking good. Now let's take a look at... We had some weirdness with our jobs for our textile industry. And I'm still confused by this, you guys. It's not readily apparent to me. We're weaving thread into cloth. That's fine. We've got the processed pigtails from our 3... We don't have any pigtails. Nope. Okay, so we're processing them. If I go back up here... I mean, that's a lot of pigtails, guys. Isn't it? Like, we're behind, it feels like, but, like, we've got tons. We've got stuff that's dying, too. But there's a ton of pigtails here. We really need to increase our farms. And not the farms that we have, but the farmers that we have. Yeah, let's try and supercharge that a little bit. So, what I'm going to do first is... We're going to go to our planters, and we're just going to see... What the... Oh, everybody does this. Everybody plants. I gotta remember where the harvesting is. I mean, everybody does it, so I don't know how we can expand it. Wow. Literally, almost every dwarf in the fortress is working these fields, and we still have withered plump helmets. That is insane. Tell me you're doing too much farming without telling me you're doing too much farming. Now, there is a little bit of a distance to be traveled here. That's weird, though. So, what's going on here is it looks like the weave thread into cloth job can use any shop. Anyone can use this. Just checking to see if there's any, like, weirdness that I accidentally, or that I set up that I thought, like, I was trying to be too cute and clever. There's a weave thread and a cloth job, so it is coming through. That's quite strange. Ooh. Keep carving. Leather bags coming in. That's good. Forgot to decommission that stairwell. Oh, hey, there's another one here that we need to decommission. But we need to carve just a little bit more out. Alright. What is going on here? It's like they can fight them from upstairs. Oh, are they going into the fortress and then coming up these stairs? They might actually be going in here. Huh. Camel leather bag, garlic bulb roast. Ooh, that sounds lovely. Okay. So there's a yak bull that's fighting, and another yak bull that's fighting. How is that happening? Oh, it's these guys. Oh, okay. So those animals don't get along. I really don't want my traders having an issue like that. So this might be... What you run away for? The merchants are leaving soon. You're starting stuff with the trade caravan animals, and I can't really be having that happen. Now he charges in. The The stupid camel is going to get chased all the way across the map, and we're not going to kill it. We got one haggard, beleaguered dwarf. Oh my gosh. It's just a little bit of fighting. Here comes somebody. Finish it off, dwarves. They're surprisingly fast. Come on, dwarf. It's a very short legs versus 2 legs. The camel's been injured. Heavy bleeding. Oh, and only slight pain. It's a trail of blood along the lava moat. The king wants ballista arrows. We'll just do 1. I still don't understand why I've only seen like 1 dwarf out here. Are you tired? He's tired now. Liver is fractured. Where's the rest of my squad here, guys? There's 2 of them now on her. I guess we could send the crossbow dwarves after her as well. Oh my gosh, these dwarves. They don't really have a good concept for, like, cornering the darn thing. You can leave the map, too. I'm fine with that. Oh my gosh, now there's a ton of them. Another injury. Heavy bleeding. She's being hemmed in. Not anymore. Good grief, you guys. Meanwhile, there's one, I think, in the fortress right now that's fighting with the other animals. We've got 2 squads on this camel now. Severe blood loss. You guys have no idea how to corner an animal, do you? Okay, it's dead finally. Gosh. I don't know that was worth it. At least there's not one out here right now. Okay, so there was a digging warm stone notification that was called in here. Could have been in this area, I suppose. Yeah. There's an iron shield and an iron bolt in there. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff down there. Maybe we forbid that. It doesn't look like it's forbidden. We'll do that. No one go after that stuff, okay? Just don't do that. That's not a good idea. We decided that we weren't going to... We're going to go down here and work in the dangerous area. I suppose that's all right. We're almost done. Oh, we shouldn't be sparring anymore. This is sandstone now. How did that work? Rather surprising. This is just getting smaller and smaller. That's exactly what we want. No, we need to cancel that. So we need to get rid of... Oh, we need to dig this thing out first. It's a little bit more important. I don't think it will cause a collapse there, so we'll dig down. Just checking the corners here. Well, there's a big toad down there. Giant cave toad. I don't know if those are dangerous or not. I'm gonna go with no. There's a camel down here too. Oh my gosh. They're everywhere, you guys. We're not gonna get rid of them. This fortress is basically owned by the camels at this point, I think. Basically owned by the camels. Start taking some of this other stuff down. Not a way to get up there. There might not be. There's a way to get up there. Those are walls. We'll do that one first, because then we can do this one and this one at the same time. Trying to make sure this is all... Yeah, we just need to get rid of the floors up here is really what the problem is. So... Shouldn't be any more sparring notifications, you guys. It looks like they're done sparring. That's good. I like them doing it, but yeah, we're ready to start taking this out. Okay. Guess we do need to take those out. That's a little strange to me, but such that it is. Because they're working on priority 3 stuff over here. I don't know how this stuff is staying up. Section of cavern has collapsed. Oh, of course it did. You guys couldn't just wait for a hot second. I no longer care. I guess we're going to have to build a floor out here. And that floor is going to have to allow... Stupid. Whatever. The kids working on some projects there. Another minor injury. Okay, so that is basically saying that we're out of pigtails. We have a whole bunch of thread. Let's go down to our... Okay, so we're still working that. That's good. And we've got a whole bunch of pigtail growing. All right. I still think I need to put that job back in. Or maybe it's not done yet. Weave thread into cloth, 79. That's almost done. $77. Okay. We need to get the shoes, socks. I think trousers were the other ones that really weren't getting prioritized enough. So that's how many remain that we need to do. And checked daily, which is fine. So I don't think we want that. Oh, we want thread. Pigtail plant. And we want thread. Is at least 0. 25. We don't have 25. Do we have 20? No, we have 10. Okay, that's wrong then. So we want... Yeah, it's just a bunch of pig stuff. Pigtail thread? Okay. I think that's what I wanted. How does this work? Okay, so let's say 10. It's not satisfied for the next check. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. That's almost 20 right there. So how are those not being seen? That's what I'm curious about. That's what doesn't make sense to me at all. Is like that should be something that's fairly straightforward to get done. Crazy plank building a floor. And I've got something wrong there. Obviously, I've got something wrong there. Because that pigtail cloth needs to be just, I mean, it needs to be snapping. As soon as we hit that situation again, we gotta get that taken care of. We gotta get that worked out. Process that stuff, get it made into cloth. Almost no exception to the rule here, guys. Oops. If I knew how they were getting up here. Okay, so they can just use these ramps to climb up. That's a wall. I think we have to build another floor here. Because I removed the staircases prematurely. So we'll just do it from north to south. And then these are all walls and stairs. So we can remove the stairs. Hopefully that's okay. What is this nonsense, you guys? Come on. Well, you can't... Never let it be said that the dwarves of Anvilseal follow any logical direction. They do it their way. I can't start on this area at all. Just because. Why? I don't know. Just because. There's got to be at least like 30 of them there. Bunch of yak leather there. Processing pigtails. Okay, so he's on pigtail processing. You're processing. You're processing. Who's hauling? We have so many. Oh boy. Where is the cave toad? Let's find the cave toad. You guys, like, I know the cave toad isn't hostile, but it does seem like it... Ooh, cave crocodile. Where's that? Okay, that's way down there. Where'd this little bugger come from? He's tired and bleeding, overcome by terror. Who wants a kill on a toad, on a cave toad? I want the cave toad. Trouble breathing. He's sick. We're gonna eat that toad, aren't we? Oh, he's dead now. As you were, dwarves. Just keep the miners away from the aggressive species, as it were. Well, the cave toad kind of interrupted a bunch of jobs there, didn't it? Oh my goodness. That one scared me a little bit. It was a little bit of a surprise. We have a new forgotten beast that has joined the board. It was a little too quiet around here. Ditari has come. A towering vulture. Knobby shell and squirms and fidgets. Its eyes glow a golden yellow. Its brown feathers are long and sparse. Beware of its deadly blood. I don't know that I want my dwarves around that one either. Let's find out where he is at, though. Yeah, just off screen here. Let's go ahead and activate the burrow. And let's deal with Ditari. It looks like he's just going to come through one of the airlocks, so we can at least lock him down before things get crazy. Boom, gotcha. You can have that cave spider if you so choose. A little pre-arena snack, if you will. Check on our... Check on our textile industry. Socks and shoes. Available socks is less than 100. I'm looking for, like... I know we have less than 100 socks. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, guys, I'm very wrong. Obviously, 1,262 socks is not an accurate count because there's a ton of them here that are either forbidden or whatnot. And this is something that a quality of life patch would be exceptionally good for. And that is, how many are available for my dwarves to select? And it's looking like... It's looking like we're fine on socks. Let's look at shoes. I might be just worried about nothing. Because we're making shoes, obviously. At least I think we are. Really hard to tell. Yeah. I'm gonna go with we're okay on this one. And I'm just gonna make sure that this job, the weave thread into cloth, kicks off at the right time. Because we did change these to cloth trousers. Whoopsies. Just general cloth. So it could be silk. Maybe we should change this to cloth, unused cloth. Can we just do cloth instead? This is the weird part of this game. So it's like I just want unused cloth at this point. Yeah, okay. Amount of cloth, so that it doesn't matter whether it's pigtails or silk. We could just make it. Okay. We can do that. We can do that. So we've got this weave thread into cloth. We're going to change this to 25. The reason I'm changing it to 25 is because we've got 3 processed pigtail jobs that will render 30 pigtail thread. Thread. This is going to turn into cloth. Is at least 50. We're just going to check these now. Because this is like cloth trousers. Right? So I don't need them to be plant cloth. I just need them to be cloth. And I think silk counts as that. So that's the trousers one. I think that was... Did I just do cloak? Yeah, we just did cloak. So now it's gloves. This has been one of the harder. I've had a hard time with this textile industry setup. I don't know why. Coat and dress are the remaining ones that we need to do. Come on, Ankh. There we go. This is more of a fine-tuning, you know, out of paranoia than anything else, really, at this point. We'll zoom out just a little bit. There's a few dwarves that are coming back up from the caverns right now. We'll zoom in on these guys. It looks like Lorbum is the last one out. Oh my gosh. The first star has been stung by a honeybee. Yeah, item isn't accessible. All right, all right. Looks good there. Let's go ahead and go to places, and let's get the Killbox Siege Engine staffed. It'd be nice if you could just put these into a group and then, like, group assign them. We got the Cavern Killbox Siege Engines ready to go. We'll just zip on down here. Actually, I was wrong. There's several other dwarves. Daigle here is just playing. He's now going to store an item in a barrel. I'm glad I just decided to do a double check on that. Just make sure. Bunch of bricks out there. A door that's been left behind. A green glass window in his dining room is what the mayor wants. I think we can accommodate that. That seems like a reasonable accommodation. Let's get our friend Datari taken care of, and where's the mayoral dining room here? Okay. Well, you know, hey. Kib and Thultig can dine in this dining area. Let's put another, yeah, let's go ahead and break this out. Let's put another, you know what? We could just do 2. I'm not really one for overachieving on these types of demands, but You know, honestly, we can make it look nice. There's a gem window here. You know? We still need time for the siege engines to get staffed up. Our miners are kind of off duty. They can't really do anything. A couple of copper bars that we get back from that. Let's do some windows. We got plenty of them. 5 or 6 of them. That should be good enough. All right. Whoopsies. Moving back on down here. Let's go ahead and let Datari out. Off he goes. Here we go. And no problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever. Plenty of dwarves staffing that thing up that time. We can turn off the burrow. And we'll just do a quick hunt for Datari's killer so we can note it in the notes and give the potential dwarf credit. Last episode we did get 2 of them. Oops, that's the same dwarf. Nothing from Ashmaker on that attempt. Thief Hearts didn't get one. Well, one of the dwarves on the right-hand side, I suppose. Still looking for Datari's killer. Here it is, Nil. Shade Fortress. I'll give him a... I don't really like Datari. That's going to be kind of a difficult one to remember, so we'll just say Bloodhound. 61 years old. He's an adept planter, engraver, siege engineer, is talented, and a novice siege operator. Hey, got it. That's pretty cool. Very good. Good job, Nil. And, oh, yes, of course, you guys need to be relieved of your duties. Off you go there, ladies and gentlemen, gentle dwarves. We can drop back down here, give a few more... mining orders. I think we can do this one here. I just want to say that this is probably fine to go here. And we've got someone in a mood. Ah, She-Hulk. We haven't heard from her in a while. She's had kind of a bad attitude. And, oh gosh, I don't even know where she went now. This is what happens when you think the game is paused. She's in a strange mood. Yeah, she's 11 years old. She has had some rage problems. She did lose her father very early on. She has an aspect of the Fae. I think she's claimed a workshop at this point. Yes, she has. Entered Key. It's an interesting last name. We'll see what she's off to make. She's obviously making something in a stoneworker's workshop, so good on ya. I do like that. We have plenty of kids, so getting them selected for that stuff is nice. I do like that. We'll do that. We can do what I'm trying to do here is just get the stuff that's gonna be a problem later on. Snowstorm has come. A little early. Oh, this is late autumn. Autumn? Let me tell you about the seasons, guys. One of them is named Autumn. It's a very, very peculiar season, and it occurs precisely in the midst of autumn and swinter, which is summer-winter. If you're not confused yet, keep trying. You'll get there eventually. I'm unable to... The majesty and beauty of Dwarf Fortress has rendered me speechless, as always. So that's what I'm going with. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but that's what I'm going with. That tree is going to be an interesting one to get out of there, isn't it? It's coming along. Slow progress. Better than no progress. Let's do this. You can get done there. There we go. Basically, I just want to be able to go through and block select everything else. You know? This is almost done. Oh, they can get up there some other way. I think I just saw that. I want to get off of that platform there, Spider. I think that's a dangerous place. Yeah, I think some of the automation rules kind of break down when you get a fort of this, shall we say, maturity. There's a lot of items hanging around. There's a lot of stuff that we want to use, or that we're keeping around, you know. And the sheer amount of food items is absurd, if I'm being honest. I want to get it pared down, but you know, like we have so many dwarves that I think that the variety that we're getting out of our trades is probably worth the... It's worth it. I can take these stair bases out. Oh, that's why. Okay. That's all right. I'm fine with that. You never know. You never know what's going to be useful and what won't be useful. I'll tell you what, though. This one has been kind of a pain. It really has been a pain. It's a long walk. I could have done something different, I suppose. I guess I could have done that. I don't know why I didn't think to do that. It's not really a good presence of mind there. We're not running out of clothes, so the clothing crisis has been averted. By way of updating the automation jobs. And She-Hulk has completed Uthir Vush, a rhyolite ring. And she offers it to the mighty Anvils. Well, She-Hulk, you were not my first thought for any type of artifact. I thought you were just going to be an angry child for all of your existence. But Uthir Vush. Let's take a look. 6,300 on this rhyolite ring. All craftsmanship is the highest quality. It's encrusted with rectangular rhyolite cabochons and octagon-cut shorls. Shorls are beautiful, by the way. If you don't know what they are, they're like jet black. When they're cut, they're very, very pretty. It's decorated with yak bone and encircled with bands of cushion, rhyolite, cabochons, and more yak bone. This object menaces with spikes of granite, yak bone, yak leather. On the item is an image of dwarves in green glass. They're laboring. The artwork relates to the foundation of Anvilseal by the mighty anvils of the tapered irons in the early spring of 41. A little late, like a 30-year, you know, this is a nice anniversary present. An image of Obasp glow flares, the wealthy vault, the dragon, and dwarves in yak leather. Obasp glow flares, the wealthy vault is massacring the dwarves. This child has learned some interesting things. The artwork relates to the rout of the colorless lance of the tapered irons and the destruction of Hailraiser by the dragon. In the mid-spring of the 5th year, during the rampage of the dragon, Obasp glow flares in Hailraiser. So Hailraiser got attacked by a dragon, and this ring commemorates it. And commemorates the founding of Anvilseal. Let's lock in on our lovely museum. We're going to assign this to a display case, or to a pedestal, a green glass pedestal, when it comes up. And you know, we're gonna put this in there. So it's a ring, right? Did I already forget what it was? Yeah, I did. There we go. Thank you, She-Hulk. It's a lovely gift. A lovely gift you've given Anvilseal. So kind of you. So the miners are staying very busy, which is good. I'm glad to see them busy. We do have a dwarf that's kind of drifted into the -1 range. Who is this? He's stressed and tired. He wants martial training. I mean, why are you sleeping in here? Do we have this? This is the golden axe. Why are you sleeping in here? Do you not have a room? It's a great bedroom. I don't know. This kind of feels like it's on you, dwarf. That's not. That's Daigle. Whoops. Where is Lycott? Oh. Let's just double check. Shouldn't be sleeping in here either. How about these guys down here? Yeah, nobody should be sleeping in their quarters. Do only assigned tasks. Let's give you some time off, shall we? We were supposed to be watching the museum, shouldn't we? Heartthrob's grown attached to a warhammer. That's good. The dwarf doing the deed here is Crazy Plank. There's our ring. Wait a second. That's not the right ring. That is definitely not the right ring. And is not supposed to be in the museum. Did I make a mistake in assigning that? I think it may be that I made a mistake in assigning that. And really, we're going to go with that. Let's see. Unless this kid's artifact just got stolen right out from under us. Which, wouldn't that be a hoot? Okay. Alright, alright. You brought the wrong ring, Crazy Plank, but I'm thinking that's me. That's my fault. Sorry. Heartthrob loves her hammer, has given it a name. Somebody else is going to have to do that one. The butcher, Moral. Giant cave toad kidney roast. I don't know, that doesn't sound particularly exciting. Oh, the animals love to go in the back, don't they? Feb is taking a sleep. I think we've got our friend, the other Feb, 49-year-old Miller, who is hauling the correct ring. Just making sure that he doesn't have... He hasn't picked up an item on his way out. I doubt it. Just double checking your pockets there, Dwarf. Don't worry about it. It's not that we don't trust you. We don't trust anyone. Especially after all the folks who have been doing a fantastic job of robbing us to begin with. We're going to do some tomfoolery here. Hopefully this works out. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. It's exactly what I wanted to have happen there. What? Did I just... Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to have happen. Well, it's been a few episodes since we've lost one, but we're back down to 199. And here in The last few minutes of this episode, Onal, Midnight Slayer, Erithizes, has been found dead. Perished undoubtedly under the collapse of our foolishness. Oh, that's very sad. Let's find out where you're going to be buried. I want to get their regular name. How would I get that? Let's see. Oh, I should check. Okay, the mayor is happy. He's got his green glass window. It's going to be down in the stoneworking section here. Oh, we do need to make a statue for him as well. Let's go over to... Do we have any Stibnite? That would probably be the first one. Stibnite statue. No, not a memorial slab. No Stibnite. Mica. We should have some mica, shouldn't we? I think we have some mica. We've got 3. Precisely 3. Yeah, here we go. Can I look by... Labor Flash. That's what I wanted. Killed in a mining collapse. As we were building the Obsidian Fortress. Unfortunately, it's grim work. Legend Carver goes back to work now. It's very peculiar, that choice that you just made there, Dwarf. I don't understand it. I need to not forget to get rid of the other stuff that's going on there, too. That's too bad. Well, we've been hovering around 199 for quite a while now, and it's not entirely surprising. It is a little sad. I'll be the first to admit. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't mean for it to happen. I'm just, you know, you play this game for long enough and you just kind of get worse at playing it, I guess. You know? I don't know what to say. I don't know how we caused that collapse, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I do not know how. Kib has ended a mandate. Okay, the thread and the cloth has been done. Winter is upon us here in Anvilseal, the second of Moonstone, excuse me. It's really hard to notice the seasons change when you're underground for this long. Honestly, like, let's just do 1 row, 1 row, 1 row. We'll see if that works. Hopefully they can excavate from there. That'll be good. Get that going. Oh man, I'm sad. We lost a miner. That's too bad. Life goes on, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, life goes on, but unfortunate for Onal. Sorry, buddy. Let's make some bolts. I'm not even. We're just gonna do 25. I'm totally fine with that. There's no reason not to. Nothing to catch in the river? Yeah, okay, that's fine. We do have another injured citizen. I'm guessing it's one of our miners. Is this door actually stuck in the tree? It kind of seems like it. I don't know how that happened. No, that's very interesting. There's open space here, but this is obsidian. So there's no floor. You don't see that very often. That's interesting. I'm kind of surprised, if I'm honest. We'll have to be very careful in that area, but this area here, I think we can just dig this entire thing out now. Not quite. We still need to get this part here erased. We may as well do that piece as well. All the copper bolts got completed. Oh, you know what? Also, I was thinking about this, and I totally forgot to do it. 3 gold goblets. So they changed... Oh, that's interesting. They changed the number of goblets that you get here from this. So if I want to come up with, like, 60 of these things, I need to do 20. So I get 3 out of each bar. That's kind of cool, I guess. It was the first time seeing that, and I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's generally a decent thing. Okay, so this is the last one. This is the only one that I was worried about, if I'm honest. Somebody's gonna fall. I guarantee you somebody's gonna fall. We're just waiting for it to happen here. All those jobs have been taken now. You can see some dwarves on the level below making their way over. First to arrive here is Lorbem. Next up is Erdem. She's gonna fall. Oh no. She didn't fall. Did we do this? Oh, that's one lower. Oh, someone's taking this. Okay. This will be the if someone falls or injures themselves, they can't cause a collapse because it's just a single tile, right? But this will be the one that somebody gets hurt on. I'll see. Look at it. We're weaving thread into cloth now. Somewhat regular. That's so crazy. I don't know how they climb down. Because it's at least one more level. Do they just jump down and the game keeps track of that? That's amazing. Wow. I don't know what to say, guys. That's interesting. I guess that's all that I can say is, hey, that's interesting. Did you know that? That won't be a collapse candidate there. We'll do this stuff up here next, and that's going to be the main thing that we deal with here, I think. So we're also going to go in and get rid of these granite doors. We'll replace them with granite walls. These granite walls are kind of going to be temporary too, because you know the Obsidian Fortress is going to have its own set of walls in this stairwell, and it's going to feature a completely built-out stairwell. Mark my words. So yeah, it's just the rest of this stuff here, which is great. It's great for us. I'm hoping that doesn't cause a collapse. I don't see how it could. I got a way to get over there. Oh, they walked across the tree. Excellent. Now we'll just keep this party going a little bit. There's some water down there. There's all of our gold goblets. So we have a bunch of gold and silver goblets now. It's been a while. We've been needing to do that. We also need to revamp the dining room. That might be a fun little project. We could do some gold tables. We could get, you know, just a little bit nicer, a few more amenities, you know. I think that wouldn't kill us. We don't really have to worry too terribly much about. Well, we don't really have to worry about too terribly much about anything, if I'm being honest. Okay, so this is gonna be the last one that we carve out here. We'll go from this left side to the right side. And the reason that I want to do that is because this is all hanging, and I don't really have control over when they're gonna dig these blocks out, so. Normally I would just, I might have them carve this out so they don't have to walk around quite so much. But yeah, see, they've already dug that away, so this is the way that we get up there to do this final set, if you will, of elevation -7. I think it's -7. Yep. I've seen the number so many times by coming down here into the cavern section to carve this thing out that I've kind of forgotten that it was there. Which is funny, because it really shouldn't be something forgotten. This next level is going to be somewhat challenging. I think it's going to be slightly easier in certain aspects. There's definitely some challenges up in this corner. This is going to present an interesting challenge. Over here, not so much. I guess there is some technical stuff down here. But for the most part, we're looking at a situation where the rest of this is going to be pretty easy. And -8 is going to be, honestly, like -8. We're digging into lava next. So this is going to get much, much easier. Generally speaking, there's still going to be, like I said, there's going to be some technical sections that we need to get rid of, we need to get through. But for the most part, the excavation is, you know, I would say greater than 50% at this point. It could be worse. This has been a huge job, and I don't know that it's actually going to be worth it. We're going to find out very, 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 very soon. And we still need to figure out a way to make obsidian, which I haven't quite worked that out. I've done it before. And it's not too bad, but it is slightly challenging. There are some considerations that you have to do. We're going to have to pierce one of the volcanoes again. It needs to be in a place where, we are going to go back to, so a convenient place to get to move all of that stuff, all of the obsidian around. And it's just a little bit of a challenge there. Just got to think about it a little bit. We do have that water pipe, so it might be good to take Idgim. We'll take Idgim, and we'll do up Idgim all nice and pretty. And since that water pipe is quite close there, and that might be the way to do it. The more that I'm talking about it and thinking about it, the more I think that's probably the best thing for us to do, is to pierce Idgim, kind of in the northern part of the map here. And then all of the obsidian that we make from that will just be real easy to go in and transport over, make blocks out of it, and snap this thing together. It's not going to be... I've got some very specific plans that I'm not quite ready to share with the class here about what it is that I want to do with it. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But for now, I think this is a good place to leave episode number 97. Thank you for joining me here in Zuntergembisch, Anvilseal, the dwarven capital of the Tapered Irons, in the planets of Sol. Interesting world name. Thanks for joining me. As you go on about your day, don't forget to hit somebody with a little bit of kindness. It'll bring joy to their life, and it'll bring joy to you as well. And we'll see you next time